my beautiful peeps, locking down the truth with Marci Lock. I was just enjoying it. If you can see it right there, see the beautiful sunset? This is one of my big awesome views, one of my balconies that I have that shows me right over the beach there. And I was taking that in and thinking about today having a couple of my amazing clients that I get to work with, the greatest badasses around the world that are highly influential, and looking at some events that are coming up, from stuff that they're doing with Oprah to big things that they're creating, and some resistance showing up around being seen and vulnerability and truly being able to expose yourself fully. And what's interesting is I remember having this perception before that, vulnerability or emotion was weakness, that it meant that I was weak, or it meant that I could be hurt. Instead of, now what I see vulnerability as, because I've created enough proof and evidence for it and looking for something different, is the greatest honor I could ever give you. It is the greatest gift I could ever give you. It is the way that I could respect you the most and love you the most and show up the most for you would be to be completely authentic and vulnerable. Because in that space, and I love how Marianne Williamson is like one of the greatest, people that really shares this message, is that in this space of vulnerability, when I stand completely vulnerable and authentic to whatever I'm experiencing, it gives you the gift and opportunity to see that it's okay, or to choose the same for you. And as I lean into knowing that the more I'm seen, the more I'm heard, the more I'm feeling fully, the more I'm expressing myself, the more I'm declaring that I'm worthy, and me in any experience is perfect. That I'm perfectly in my experience. I'm perfectly, if I'm in my shit, I'm doing it perfectly. So there's no such thing as, someday perfect. It's you're already perfect. And that's the story that gets to be dropped. And so knowing that, as the more I leaned into and understood that everything I'm experiencing just is what it is, there's no judgment or parameters on it, which allows me to just accept it as beautiful growth and feedback. There's no stories of shame or bad or wrong. And by leaning into that and experiencing me more and being more me fully, obviously what came out was this Marci personality that I didn't even know existed, that I'd hid away for so long because I was so afraid of judgment and rejection and perceptions from other people. And so even as I started to do TV weekly for ABC4, I'd do something on TV, like stuff would just come out, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, did I just do that on national TV? And I was like, yes, you did. Apparently, it's okay because it's you. And I just got to lean into it and love it even more. And as I started going into, speaking, I chose to just show up as an authentic tool in God's hands to just let come through what comes through. And being me, this energy that comes through me as I got to speak and share my passion, my purpose, there's some craziness that would show up. And I remember having people come up to me and say, I kind of was like, she scares me. And the more I watched you, the more I embraced and was like, I absolutely love her, that, she being so crazy and out there and being herself in every way, like dancing whenever I want to dance because I can groove. And whatever it is that they're like, wow, that made me feel like it's okay for me to be me. And if you can be like that and not worry about judgment, and I see how freeing that is, then it's okay for me to be me. And it's okay for me to not worry about what other people think and give ourselves permission. So you giving yourself permission to stand and show up. What you're doing for your brothers and your sisters is you're giving them permission to do the same. You're giving them more evidence of the beauty and the gift of being our different, unique selves, and that there is no such thing as comparison. And that's a fucking joke. Comparison is the thief of all joy. And the beauty in it is that you got your perfect experiences that you chose into to create your perfect growth process, to find your genius and your gifts, that if you stand, you can share. And I've got mine. And together, together sharing, we can only create more awesomeness. So the truth is, vulnerability is the greatest gift you can give anyone. And I see it as if instead, it's almost like if I was to show up in a mask, it'd be, I don't fucking care about you. And I don't know how to operate in a mask anymore, which is just pure freeing, because it's like everything is okay. Every thought I have, every feeling I'm feeling, everything's okay. And when we're okay with that, we can just evaluate it, see what's really going on, and walk through it to create greater feedback. So I just wanted to share this perception shift, as I had lots of conversations with clients today around just that next level of exposure and that next level of vulnerability for them to literally make a massive difference around the world that you can do right now just by being you. And 100% of the applications that come into my team and myself that we receive, like one of the questions I think says, why Marci? And every single one of them is because she's so fucking real. She's raw. She doesn't, you can tell she doesn't give a shit about what other people think. She's just telling the truth. She's being herself. That is what people want. Let's just fucking be real. Let's drop the stories and masks of being something other than our beautiful, amazing selves and choose to show up in that. And literally, that is the greatest gift. So Take that in. Love you guys. I'm going to play. Power of choice is yours. Choose your best life. Lock it down.